Hey y'all, I'm back, which is weird because I didn't think I would be back. But I just kind of wanted to really say thank you for receiving my video so well on, I can't remember what I called it now, but it was on anxiety and fear in the midst of it all, I think is what I titled it. But anyway, I just wanted to really say thank y'all for the response that I received. I wasn't expecting that at all. And what I found is that by me doing that video and then people reaching out and just having communication and everything about it, I don't know, I think it helped me as much as some of you all said that it helped you. So that led me to this, which is my devotion that I was reading 2 nights ago. I read this and I thought about a way that I deal with some of my concerns that I've just learned over the years. And since not someone, but a few of you seem to be dealing with the same concerns, I thought that I would share that with you. And I just wanted to read these 2 devotions. One was from 30th and the 29th of January. So I'm just going to read both of these really quick and then I'll elaborate. I'm going to try to not make this a long video. Okay. It says, keep your focus on me. I have gifted you with amazing freedom, including the ability to choose the focal point of your mind. Only the crown of my creation has such remarkable capability. This is a sign of being made in my image. Let the goal of this day be to bring every thought captive to me. Whenever your mind wanders, lasso those thoughts and bring them into my presence. In my radiant light, anxious thoughts shrink and shrivel away. Judgmental thoughts are unmasked as you bask in my unconditional love. Confused ideas are untangled while you rest in the simplicity of my peace. I will guard you and keep you in constant peace as you focus your mind on me. And the one for the next day says, worship me only. Whatever occupies your mind the most becomes your God. Worries, if indulged, develop into idols. Anxiety gains a life of its own, parasitically infesting your mind. Break free from this bondage by affirming your trust in me and refreshing yourself in my presence. What goes on in your mind is invisible, undetectable to other people. But I read your thoughts continually, searching for evidence of trust in me. I rejoice when your mind turns toward me. Guard your thoughts diligently. Good thought choices will keep you close to me. So when I read those, I thought there's no way that I'm not going to share those, because after the messages that I received, it was like, okay, other people are dealing with this too. And what's funny is I'm a homemaker, and when you stay home most of the time, you don't really socialize too much outside of maybe your church group and things. And while there's support in that, I don't know, it's just refreshing. I guess that's a bad word, but it's just kind of refreshing to know, hey, you're not alone. So I read those and I wanted to share them with you. And one thing that I wanted to talk about, and if you hear that noise, it's my dog wanting in, but if I bring her in, she's just going to bark like crazy. So one thing that it said in this one devotion says, whenever your mind wanders, lasso those thoughts and bring them into my presence. The reason I wanted to touch on that is because something that has helped me over the years, that some of you may find a little bit silly, but for me, when I can visualize something, it helps me so much mentally. So I'm just going to tell you what it is, and you can laugh if you want to. It's okay. We all know the piggy banks from when we were little. You know, they have some that have like the stoppers in the end so that you can pull it out and all the change falls everywhere. My kids had those. And then there are some that are glass and you have to actually break them. Okay. I haven't done this in a while, And after reading that, I feel like I need to get back into this. But I had a piggy bank, for lack of a better word, a thought bank, that's what I'll call it. And what I would do when I would have negative thoughts, we all know, us who deal with anxiety, there is a huge difference between rational concerns and paralyzing fear or worry. And what I'm talking about is those thoughts and fears that just paralyze you. What I would do is I would take a piece of paper and I would write down whatever that fear was. And, after I had already prayed about the fear, me and God, we talk about that on a daily, hourly basis. I mean, it's a constant communication sometimes when I'm really dealing with it. But write it down on a piece of paper, and I would tear it off, and I would fold it up really tiny, and I would stick it in the piggy bank. And for me, it was a symbolism of taking that thought and throwing it away, holding it captive. You said you're supposed to take captive our thoughts. If they aren't good thoughts or praiseworthy or, something that is honoring to God, take those thoughts captive and put them away. And when I would do that, to me, it just, I don't know, the symbolism was so powerful. As I would take that thought, I would put it in that piggy bank, and it was gone, never to be seen again, because I cannot get that thought back out of that bank unless I want to break it. Why would I do that? Why would I want to unleash all of those thoughts back out into the world, back out into my world? I've got them held in this bank, never to think of again. And if I do, I'm not going to say I never thought of them again. That's silly. But when they do come back, if they come back, now some of them I was able to just drop and let go. And if they would kind of try to come back, I would remember, wait, I've put that away. But if they ever do come back, you just write it down again, the same thought that you had, and put it in that bank. And you just do it over and over and over again until that thought's gone. And you might look over at that bank and think, that's all my negative thoughts. That's everything that I have put away. I have given it to God. I've put it away. And it's kind of a rewarding feeling whenever that bank gets full, which usually takes a very long time because these are not small. But when it does get full, to throw it away. I don't know, for me, it's like a conquer thing. It's like, okay, it's in there, it's captive, and then when they're all in there, here's all my negative thoughts, all that I've given to God, and I'm throwing them away. Just like He throws our sins as far away, never to be thought of again. That's how I interpret all of that in my brain. Some of you may be thinking, she's mental, and that's okay, because we all deal with things differently. But for me, it's helpful. I have not done it in a long time. I need to start doing it again, although I'm much, much better than I used to be. God has really done a work in that part of my life of fear and anxiety and irrational thinking. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with y'all. I wanted to share those devotions with you because they were helpful to me when I read them, and it made me think of y'all because of the response that I had gotten. And I wanted to share the piggy bank, thought bank idea because if it can help anybody else, then I think that's great. So I hope it encouraged somebody. I hope that it gave you all some ideas on maybe how to handle your fears and anxieties and crazy thoughts. Take them captive, take them to Jesus, give it to Him, and then write it on a piece of paper and put it in the bank, never to be seen again or thought of again. Y'all have a great day.